Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play Summer Days by Crystal Lake, a Camp Cancer Jason visual novel fan game. It is another Jason Voorhees dating sim. I saw this like, yes. I mean, we played two of them already. And there's probably more and I still haven't discovered. Let's begin. Today you arrive at Camp at Crystal Lake to work as a counselor over the summer. It's a beautiful sunny day, and the sunshine filters through the leaves. I'm getting deja vu right here. A gentle breeze waffles past you, sending a slight chill down your spine. This is your first summer working there, so you don't have a good feel of the grounds. Okay, we didn't go in the forest and run into Jason and get scared like last time. And the camp looks completely deserted. You must be the first to arrive. You make your way to what you assume to be the center of the camp to look for anybody that could help you. A figure in the distance catches your eye. It's Jason! Upon closer inspection, you notice how big the guy is. Your first thoughts are, whoa, that guy, dude's huge. ... Kinda ugly looking. Nah, we're trying to date him. Ooh, that guy's huge. Dang, that guy's built like a tank. And you notice he's wearing a mask as well. You wonder if it's a bit of a push that thought out of your mind. You'll ask about that later, because this was the kind of guy you wanted to be friends with. Yeah, the guy was stabbed someone for you. You got to get a chance to arm wrestle with this guy sometime. He eventually takes notice of you and makes his way towards you. Oh, he'll definitely win the arm wrestling match against me. I'm skin and bone. He easily towers over you and makes gestures with his hands. You stand there, not sure what he means. As he gestures to you, follow him. That much you understand, you know how to do so. But he knows that his juicy butt you stare at, avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. You avert your gaze, it's rude to stare at people's butts. Well, you distract yourself for looking at his butt, but you're gonna look at his butt anyway. Jason takes you to the mess hall, where a bunch of older adults are idling around. You thank him as an older woman makes her way towards the both of you. Is this the first counselor to come by? Thanks for bringing him, sweetie. She patted his cheek lovely. Nice to meet you, ma'am. Before you could introduce yourself, she turned away from you and walked off, taking the large man with her. Her reaction startled you. It came out of nowhere, and you didn't know how to respond at her. Maybe you deal with it later. As time ticks by, you end up helping other counselors find their way to the mess hall. It's 9 a.m. and an elderly fellow makes his way to the podium. He introduced himself. Well, counselors and staff, to the summer's session of Camp Crystal Lake. I am Rick, owner of the camp. Now, some of you have worked here before, and some of you are new, so it doesn't hurt to reintroduce yourselves. Let's start with our staff. This is Voorhees. And Jason. Rick counts off the groundskeeper, the custodian, the nurse, and eventually the kitchen staff. Mrs. Why do I brain for her name, even though I say it and I know I've watched not Friday the 13th. but, scream. Mrs. Voorhees has been our loyal cook for many years at Crystal Lake and knows these lands just as well as I do. Yeah, a little too well, sir. A little too well. I do know that she's a killer too. And this is her son, Jason, who will be a counselor with the rest of you. He uses sign language to communicate. I brought you some pamphlets so you can communicate with him. I mean, this is an AU where he didn't die, so she didn't go on a murder spree. He hands out the pamphlet to the counselors, which eventually makes your way to you. You take out your pamphlet, thinking, "Cool, maybe I can know them better. Pamphlets, they should be a sign language course for the summer session. Pamphlets, shamplets, here ain't no sign language." Oh, I don't think we know sign language. Cool, maybe I can get to know him better. You look over to the pamphlet carefully. It contains many basic gestures you could use to communicate with someone. You know that you keep this in hand at all times. Maybe you look up other gestures on your phone, provided this place actually has Wi-Fi. Data. Now it was the counselor's turn to introduce themselves. Everyone was told to arrange themselves in a circle and start giving their names, pronouns, and a small fact about themselves. Your turn eventually came, and you sat up. "Hey everyone, my name is Ian, and my pronouns are she, her. I also a new counselor this year. Can't wait to work with y'all." You sit back at in your seat as everyone else ticked off their name, pronouns, and fun fact. Now that the lamest part of the every summer camp was over, you were given a couple of hours to socialize with the other counselors to get to know each other. So you I want to socialize with Jason. Let's keep your distance. You're not really a people person, and you don't want to interrupt the conversations everyone already are. You're not really a people person, and you don't want to interrupt the conversations everyone already put themselves in. You stay out of their way. As you take a seat at a bench, you notice Jason coming up to you, so you reply to him right away. "Thanks again for leading me to the mess hall. I'm gonna need all the help I can get navigating this place. Can't wait to get to know you better." He waves and sighs you too as he walks away. After talking to him, Pamela comes up to you. You are about to greet her until she interrupts you abruptly. "Save it. Since you were the first counselor to arrive, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Lion. But don't know this, I don't like your kind. And I don't want you anywhere near my Jason, understand?" It's like, okay. I'll take Ghostface anyway. Submissive reply. Confused reply. I'm gonna go with confused reply. Not be near him? But he's part of the staff. I'm gonna need to work with him eventually, ma'am. And wouldn't avoiding him be kind of rude? I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable and unwelcome. Pamela inhales sharply as you reply. She knows how much sense you're making, and it's making her uncomfortable. I mean, she probably wants to go use her murderous instincts to, go stabby on me. But her motherly love over Jason just seems to be overwhelming. Her motherly love is more yanderiness. And the fact, she is known for being a killer himself. She left in a huff, leaving you leaving you to welcome the other campers coming in. You wonder what happened in their past to make Pamela so visually protective over a guy who looks like he doesn't need protection. Well, I could tell you the story. Thank you for playing the demo. The Dane's sim is meant to ensure how many points you have, but will lead to one of 4 endings. Good romance ending, good friendship ending, bad romance ending, and bad friendship ending. Considering you have not accumulated enough points to earn one of these 4 endings, this demo will only tell you if you got a friendship ending, romance ending, or something else. In your case, you got neither, or tied. Congratulations! The demo represents a small example of what I planned, and that will all depend on how successful it's become. I think it'll be more fun if other people were interested in helping me with the game, mainly with character sprites, background, and storytelling. It would end up in a fun collab between people who share their love for Camp Cancer AU, Jason AU. And more importantly, I want Camp Cancer Jason content. More Camp Cancer Jason content. Well, I can tell you there's another dating some with him as a Camp Cancer. If it gets enough interest, I would love to continue working on it. Okay, let's start again. And then we could go over here. Let's see if we can, how we do it, or mean. Kinda ugly. What's happening? Come on, what the heck? If you think that, why would you even bother playing this game? Who said that? I wouldn't let you get anywhere close to my special boy. Time to die. Okay, that was a bad end. ... This guy's big, like really big. It made your heart flutter. When you saw him wear a mask, it only added to his mystique. What was under that there that he was so ashamed of? He wanted to get to know him better. He eventually takes notice of you and makes his way towards you. He easily towers over you and makes gestures with his hand. You stand there, not sure what he means. So you gesture to follow him. That much you understand, and you nod and do so. And you notice his juicy butt. You stare at it. You take a better look at his how plump that butt is. Darn. Well, you take your time following his butt. Jason takes you to the mess hall, where a bunch of older adults are rattling around. You thank him as an older woman makes her way towards the both of you. Is this the first cancer to come by? Thanks for bringing them, sweetie. She pats his cheek lovingly. Nice to meet you, ma'am. Before you can introduce yourself, she turns away from you and walks off, taking the large man with her. Her interaction startled you. It came out of nowhere, and you didn't know how to respond to her. Maybe you'll deal with it later. As time ticks by, you end up helping other counselors find their way to the mess hall. It's 9 a.m., and the elderly fellow makes his way to the podium. He introduced himself. Welcome, counselors and staff, to the summer session of Camp Crystal Lake. I'm Rick, owner of the camp. Now, some of you may have worked before, and some of you are new, so it does not hurt to reintroduce yourselves. Let's start with the staff. Okay. Mr. Rick continues with the groundskeeper, the studians, the nurse, and eventually the kitchen staff. Miss Voorhees has been a loyal cook for many years at Crystal Lake and knows these lands just as well as I do. More so, Rick. More so. Just saying. And this is her son Jason, who will be the counselor with the rest of you. He uses sign languages to communicate. I brought you some pamphlets so you could communicate with him. He hands out pamphlets to the counselors, which eventually makes its way to you. You take out the pamphlet, thinking, maybe I should do pamphlets. They should be language course in summer session. Isn't he handing out pamphlets to everyone? Sign language is kind of a language he always wanted to learn. Just brushing off didn't mean anything. Any kind of like it didn't mean anything. Kind of set you off. You decided you were going to talk to Rick about playing a sign language class for everyone after orientation. Now it was the counselor's turn to introduce themselves. Everyone was told to arrange themselves in a circle, starting with their names, pronouns, and fun fact about themselves. Your turn eventually came, and you sat up. Hey everyone. My name is Ryan. My pronouns are she, her. Yo, she, her. I'm also a new counselor this year. Can't wait to work with y'all. You sat back in your seat as everyone else ticked off their name, pronouns, and fun fact. Now that the lamest part of the summer camp was over, you gave yourself hours to socialize with other counselors to get to know each other, so you keep your distance. You're not really a people person, so you don't want to interrupt the conversations everyone already is putting themselves in, so you stay out of their way. As you take a seat, you notice Jason coming up to you, so you reply to him right away. Okay, so we're gonna go to Miss Voorhees and go confused. And now let's see, in your case, you got neither or tied. Graduations. Okay, so no matter what, it's gonna be. So if you like my content, please subscribe if I do. How about comment down below. See you guys next time.